and he don't have one endorsement deal. I said, how you explain that? And I was looking at y'all, and I was saying, fellas, I understand what you're saying about getting on me, but are you hearing what I'm saying? I'm not saying it. I'm tipping him off to what they're saying about him. Then he sits down with me, and he confesses he thinks it got something to do with Nike, that he didn't was on Team USA, because I was like, how the hell is he not on the Olympic team? How are you you Jaylen Brown, and two dudes who spend 82 games a year deferring to you, and Drew Holiday and Derek White on the Olympic team ahead of you? How? It can't be basketball.
Facts.
So what I was doing was what I always do. I was tipping you off. I wanted everybody to know this is what they're doing to him. Who it is, we don't know specifically, but we know that the industry has blocked him. Why are we not talking about that? Instead, we got a bunch of cats talking about Stephen A. Goddamn, Stephen A. You dog. What? I'm like, no, I'm not dogging him. I was looking out. So when he finally sat down with me, he was like, he started talking about the sources who were trying to hurt him. He wasn't talking about me. He was talking about people that had the audacity to say that about him. And the only reason, it wasn't like it was somebody from it was, you have agents who negotiate.
If Luka Doncic was an MIT guy, you would not stop hearing about that, bro. If Jokic was an MIT guy, you would not stop hearing about that, bro. He would be on the cover of Forbes, on every magazine, on everything, bro. Like, that's so crazy.
These deals that connect with these people that are saying, this is why we can't market him, this is why we can't sell him. What have we been lamenting for decades? Black men who are intelligent and articulate and are empowered to represent themselves. They always have the most trouble. Why is it a big deal that I just signed this deal? Because it usually doesn't happen for black men who are outspoken. So if we know this, and history has shown us this, why would we then look at the messenger and say, yo, we got a problem with you, when I'm tipping you off to what's happening? That's where I was coming from.
It's the insinuation that you leave open for interpretation. Because there's no, hey, if you're going to tip me off, tell me everything.
Facts.
Listen, if you the homie, don't tell me what them niggas over there talking about. I don't want you to bring that over here to me and be like, hey, yeah, this is what they said, woo, woo, woo. And I'm like, you sat there and listened to the whole thing? Damn.
What you said back? Well, how did you defend me, bro? Why they felt so comfortable to come to you? How could they talk about me at length in your face?
It wasn't the whole thing, it was just a text.
No, I'm just saying as far as the context of how we function, it's our context. It's like, damn, bro, you sat there and listened to him say all of that, and you ain't say nothing, you ain't back me up. Well, I don't really know you like that, so I'm just telling you what they saying. Right. And then he's like, hey, sorry, who is they then? Let me go get at them. They lying.
Then they don't never want to tell you who is they. Man, bro, bitch ass nigga, who they is, man. Man, bro, come on, bro, you ain't on that. Yeah, you ain't never on that.
Hey, listen, I can't tell you who they is, bro.
And sometimes all you hear is he's not marketable, so
right. And then you take out of account the fact that Jaylen Brown may say to all of those endorsement deals that you want him to sign, and you think that's good for him, that Jason Tatum got. He's saying, nah, I don't want that. Nah, I don't want that. Now I got my own shoe. I got my own brand. Yeah, I'm gonna go start my own shit.
Remember, he was on the record telling you, it was public that he was butting head with some of the sneaker companies.
Nike.
It was public that he had a problem with how he was treated. And so
Black Lives Matter, he got pushed back from being an activist during the season, that shit.
Right, but what I'm saying is that stuff was out there. So when the text message came through, it didn't get into the weeds specific. It was a general perspective about what they felt. So what I was saying was, yo, this is how they feel about him. It ain't right. There's no excuse to feel this way about him. And if you can't market this brother, what does that say about the rest of us? Or what does it say about people that you're choosing to market? What is it that they are that he's not?
Right.
But that
complicit.
that warrants a discussion that's provoked by platforms like mine, like yours, and various others. If we keep it silent, nobody talks about it, and then they get to keep doing it.
But is it fair for Jaylen Brown to not want to be like everybody else and get what everybody else is
I
getting?
totally agree with that.
He got $300 million to not want
Yeah,
to do all of that other shit.
But what you're arguing about is what he has a right to and to not feel. What I was talking about is this is their justification for this. It ain't right, but this is what they're saying. Deal with that reality and then fight from there, because now you know the bullshit they saying about you. Would you not rather know? That's like what I ain't gonna say that. I have somebody that's a co-worker. He's an executive. And he's the kind of cat, you can't tell me the source, then don't fucking tell me nothing. I don't want to know. His ass out of a job. Because when you're an executive, there's a game that's going to be played with or without you. And with or without you, the game's going to be played. So now you got a decision. Do you want to climb? Do you want to ascend? And if to do that calls for you not to play the game, but to be hip to the game, so you don't get lost in it, you gonna ignore that, or you gonna get the intel so you're hip to the game and you know what minefields to avoid. That is what comes with it. And if you can't deal with that, you don't belong in the game.
But it's the timing. Remember the timing of the information that was let out, the Olympic situation, and you looking at a situation where Jaylen Brown is like, damn, where all this coming from? So the information comes out, he don't make the Olympic team, and everybody's looking at him and like this is the reason why you didn't make the Olympic team, because now this accumulation of information is now available to everybody to insinuate. Well, what's the reasons why he's not getting endorsements? He's not likable. He thinks he's arrogant. He's too confident. He's too smart. Yeah, and then it's like, oh, he walk around with the smug shit. And it's like, well, when you're smarter than other people, that's how it fucking goes.
And what I'm saying is that that's a beautiful thing for us to know, because how could you possibly justify with a straight face holding the brother back because he's smart and he's intelligent and he's going to ask the right questions and he ain't going to just take any song and dance you throwing in his face. So that's why you holding him back. That's a discussion that somebody like him, and I know this for a fact because once I saw him face to face and we talked about it, he embraced it like that. It was like, yo, I see this shit.
Yeah.
I see what they doing, but he may not have known.
And just imagine being a $300 million man and knowing, bro, they might not got no ceiling on me, but they got this stay away, this warning, this caution. Before I walk up, there's a negative asterisk by my name, so people looking at me with the side eye, even if it's subconsciously.
Imagine if ESPN actually runs the story of Jaylen Brown being a fucking genius instead of being a guy you can't market. Yeah. Imagine that narrative during the Olympics instead of we did the reasons why. I think that's the disconnect between some guys that are actually trying to do the right thing the right way and guys who get away with shit.
But there have been stories run about him at MIT. There have been stories run about him and his commitment to his community and how he made sure when he signed that contract he had businesses committing to investing. We covered that press conference. So these things have happened. The problem is the viewing public, it don't stay with them like the other shit stays with them.
That's why we need like this show, like Inside Stuff used to be on, right? They used to highlight shit that guys was doing positive, right?
Yeah.
Bring back some shit like that, right?
Yeah.
Positive light on guys, man, and it's unfortunate.
But you also got to get cats that got to be, and I'm gonna say this shit, you got to get cats that's mentally stronger. And in this regard, I mean this.
Oh shit.
So you got cats.
Good luck.
So So in this regard, this is what I'm saying. So let's just say, for the sake of argument, because I'm not gonna give any details. You talk about. It could be Black Lives Matter. It could be the riots that was taking place in the streets. You can see players coming together and, trying to do some things, and they need all the help they can get. And they reaching out to the media. And a cat like me would be like, come on First Take. Talk about it. We don't have to talk about basketball at all. Fuck that nigga Stephen A. Smith. I ain't trying to come on his show. That's going to do something for him. I'm like, what? What?
That's crazy.
Yes,
That's crazy.
it's happened. I'm like, First Take.
That's crazy.
I'm here, like, We #1 for 13 straight years. This is the audience we have. You trying to promote this. It's a sports show. And I said, the hell with the sports. This is your story. It's bigger than me and you. Yeah, you don't like something I said, so what? You trying to promote this. You trying to make this happen. You trying to do X, Y, and Z. That's it. I said, come on. Numerous occasions throughout the years. Nah, that's going to help him. And I'm like, really? You haven't noticed that with or without your ass,
I'm doing good no matter what.
I'm trying to do this for you. I'm trying to do this for your cause. But that's their problem. See, we don't talk about stuff like that. It's like, what sense? Listen, we all know what happened with me and LeBron. All right? I don't give a shit if I never speak to him again in life. And I'm sure he feels the same way. If that man had something going on in Akron, Ohio with the kids, or out here with the kids, yo, man, we need Stephen A. help. What you need? It ain't got nothing to do with us. What you need? You know how many cats in the league won't do that?
Fact.
Y'all know that. Because they mad that you said something. They don't see the big picture. And nobody talks about that. We just let them get away with it. But they do it all the time. And that's new. Because when you play times before y'all, no matter what kind of attitude, you can hate a motherfucker now. But if you had a higher calling, a higher issue to address, that superseded the individual animosity that may have existed, and you good. Not today. Because they like, yo, man, we don't need them. We got our own social media following. We can do this stuff ourselves.
I can
really?
do it dolo.
Then why the hell you care so much about what other people got to say then?
Real talk.
Come on now.
Self-awareness. Everyone don't have it.
Stephen A., we appreciate you taking time out of your schedule.
Yeah, man.
After 130